Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here and welcome to another random match here on WWE 2K16. So this evening we've got set for you Marty Scurll taking on Kyle O'Reilly, and it's going to take place at the Evolve Arena. I've not tried this one out yet, I've just downloaded it and thought we'd give it a go. I thought it might suit this match quite well. This match has been suggested by SDK08, so thank you very much for your suggestion. And of course, if anyone else has any matches they would like to see, please let me know in the comment section below, and I will get them added to my list to record. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I think this will be quite a good one. I've got a feeling this might have taken place. Oh, it can't have taken place, can it? Because Kyle O'Reilly was locked into the contract of Ring of Honor. So this is literally a match that the SDK has come up with himself. It's not a copy of a match which has happened previously. I think it'll be a good one, actually. Marty Scurll really proved himself to be a top class wrestler when he recently made his first appearances for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. The American fans over there have absolutely taken to him very quickly. Of course, I think he was known over there anyway because he was part of the first series of British Boot Camp. And I'll tell you what, this is the first time I've actually seen Marty Scurll's entrance, and the entrance attire does actually suit him, what he's currently doing, the villain Marty Scurll. He does wear the big fur coat and the glasses as well, so I quite like this actually. Yeah, so like I was saying, Marty Scurll was one of the finalists in the first season of British Boot Camp. It's a little bit of a shame because I thought TNA might have hired all the guys from British Boot Camp. Of course, it was Rockstar Spud who won it. You had Marty Scurll and you had the Blossom Twins. Those were the four that made it into the finals. And I really thought that the TNA were going to sign them all up. I think they did sign the Blossom Twins up and put them into OVW for a while, but never really brought them onto the main card. So it'd be good here, yeah, to see how Marty Scurll gets on against, in my opinion, one of the best guys on the indie scene at the moment, Kyle O'Reilly. He really has sort of taken the reins now with the likes of Davey Richards and Daniel Bryan before have all left the indie scene. Kyle O'Reilly's really taken the position of that hard-hitting submission specialist. I don't think it'd be too long before he gets a call up to WWE as well. I don't know what it is, whenever I press record I always seem to get indigestion. It's very annoying. So if you're wondering why my voice is a little bit funny, that's the reason why. And of course, this Kyle O'Reilly was created by Die Hard Detroit on the PlayStation. So if you are looking for a really good Kyle O'Reilly or any good Ring of Honor and indie core, so definitely check out Die Hard Detroit. He does make some really good stuff. So let's see how this one goes. Marty Scurll and Kyle O'Reilly, of course, in our universe mode. Both these guys are part of Global Force Wrestling, so be interesting to see just if they just what sort of level what Marty Scurll is at as well. Of course, we've got Kyle O'Reilly down at the moment as one of the top guys on the roster. Can Marty join him up there? Marty Scurll now the front chancery, taking Kyle O'Reilly up into the suplex. And I've got a brand new monitor today as well, and it's like 6 or 7 inches bigger than my previous one. It looks so good. I've got it going right at the moment with this match on. It really does look incredible. Oh, and we did hit 2,000 subscribers this morning as well, so thank you very much to everyone out there for your continued support. I hit 2,000 subscribers a couple of times. I think I've lost a couple of people today. I seem to hit 2,000, it went back down to 199, then it went back up to 2,000, went back down to 1999 again. But thank you very much to everyone out there, new subscribers, old subscribers. It's absolutely fantastic to get all your support. It really does mean a lot to me. I never really thought I'd make much of this YouTube channel, but to get to 2,000 subscribers and to get the amount of views we're getting as well, it really is good. Thank you very much. And I will continue to put out as much 2K16 content as I possibly can, as well as my other stuff as well. I am doing Fallout 4, and of course I've started a Football Manager series the last few days. So if you've not had a chance to check that, I'll be sure to keep an eye on that. The episodes again are quite long. I can't seem to do anything that's not a long episode. And I will be starting a modded Minecraft series pretty soon as well, so try to keep an eye out for that as well. I just want to try and mix it up on the channel a little bit and try and show everything I can do. Referee up to a 6 count. Marty Scurll back in, breaks the count, and back outside to continue the assault on Kyle O'Reilly. And Marty Scurll is definitely taking control in this match early on. Big drop kick to the side of the head of Kyle O'Reilly, now bringing him back up to his feet. Kyle O'Reilly throwing Marty Scurll into the ring, and there's the big elbow across the forehead. And now Kyle slides back in. Now, of course, Kyle O'Reilly was part of our recent G1 Climax Festival in our Global Force Wrestling roster. If you've not seen that, if you've got a good sort of 10 hours spare, it's definitely worth a watch. It was a long old set of pay-per-views. We had 9 shows altogether. So it was a really good one. And Marty Scurll will be involved pretty soon in our Best of the Super Juniors tournament as well. So the same sort of format. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it as a knockout like they do in NJPW, or to try and do it as a group stage like I did before, because I really like the idea of the group stage. It really gives us a chance to bring the strongest ones through as well. But yeah, Marty Scurll will definitely be involved in that, alongside some other top wrestlers around the world, including Kyle O'Reilly himself as one of the best of the Super Juniors. I have Ricochet in that as well. That's some really good names, that Matt Sydal. It's going to be a really good competition. That's coming up in a couple of months' time. I think our next Global Force pay-per-views are going to be a very Mexican set of base of pay-per-views. And once again, just thank you for suggesting this match to SDK08. It was a really good idea, actually. It only came up a few days ago. I'm trying to get as much of these recorded as I possibly can. I want to go back to uploading one of these a day, which should be a bit easier for me now once we've dropped the retro roster. And of course, Ring of Honor's gone as well, so we're only doing 4 brands now. Great set of super kicks there by Marty Scurll. Into the pin he goes. 1, 2. It's only a 2 count, but Marty doing a lot better than I thought he was going to tell the truth. I thought Kyle O'Reilly, stats-wise in this game, is quite a chunk stronger. Kyle O'Reilly, nothing against Marty Scurll, he's a great wrestler, but Kyle O'Reilly, I think, on this game is based a bit higher. I think he's based up in the 90s. He's one of the top guys in the Global Force Wrestling roster, whereas Marty Scurll is one of the top guys in the Next Gen division, and of course he's part of a tag team alongside Zack Sabre Jr. As part of Leaders of New School, which we haven't seen much of so far in the Universe mode, but I'm sure they'll be getting an opportunity pretty soon. Zack's been pretty much tied up with the Intercontinental Championship and the G1 Climax. Now that's all done, I think we'll definitely see that tag team a bit more. We do have some tag team tournaments coming up as well soon in Global Force Wrestling. We've got World Tag League, we've got DDT 4 as well, and of course at some point we'll have the King of Trios tournament, which will be pretty good. I'm looking forward to that as well. Referee now up to a 7 count. Marty Scurll slides back into the ring as Kyle O'Reilly slides out. Now Scurll joining O'Reilly on the outside once again. Marty Scurll throwing Kyle O'Reilly into the ring, and there's the elbow across the face. And I quite like this Evolve Arena, actually. I don't know if we'll get much chance to use it again, but yeah, I do very much like it. We'll continue to use it in random matches here and there. And of course, if you do have any suggestions for random matches, if you want to suggest an arena as well, then please let me know. I have had one come up the other day actually from ABT. He suggested Neville versus Ricochet using the Dragon Gate Arena, which is going to be a good idea, so we're going to try and do that at some point. And there's Marty Scurll there locking in the crossface chicken wing. I think that's his finisher maneuver. Of course, submission finishers don't work fantastically on this game, which I think both these guys are going to find out. Of course, Marty Scurll using the crossface chicken wing, and Kyle O'Reilly likes to use the armbar and the ankle lock as well, both his finisher maneuvers. But I think Kyle O'Reilly also likes to go for a brainbuster. As Marty Scurll looking to go up top. What's he got planned here? It's a big back senton. I don't quite know whether there's a black flashing line across top of the screen, but it's only at a certain distance, a certain height. I'm not quite sure. I've seen that quite a few times in this game, actually. Marty Scurll now sending Kyle O'Reilly face first into the mat. In for the pin he goes. 2. It's only a 2 count. So Evolve, I think, is a company that's currently working closely with NXT, I believe. It's almost like they're working as a feeder to the feeder, because I know Evolve was actually allowed to use Sami Zayn in one of their most recent shows, which is something that WWE have never normally allowed to do, is their contracted stars to appear on any other company shows. But I bet there's some sort of there'll be some sort of deal in there, I would imagine, that really allows NXT and Evolve to get the best out of each other. And with guys like Zack Sabre Jr. and Tommy End, Timothy Thatcher, a lot of people like that competing for Evolve, it's interesting to see whether there might be an opportunity in the future for NXT to pick up a few more big indie names. Kyle O'Reilly with a pin, only there for a 2 count. I'm not sure if Marty Scurll has actually appeared for Evolve as yet, to tell the truth. I know Tommy End did when he went across and did the Battle of Los Angeles. He appeared in Evolve as well. I'm not quite sure if Marty has. I see no reason why not. They're in America. They might as well work as many shows as possible. There's a great tornado DDT there by Kyle O'Reilly. And now Kyle O'Reilly going up top on the other side. What's he got planned now? Big diving knee drop on Marty Scurll. Bringing Marty back up to his feet once again. Now takes him up, and there's the brainbuster there by Kyle O'Reilly. In for the pin he goes. 1, 2, and Marty Scurll kicks out. I thought that could have been all there. Kyle O'Reilly hitting the brainbuster. We've seen him finish many a match in our universe mode with that. I just noticed that t-shirt in the front row, it looks a bit, I think it's supposed to be Natalia. If you sort of squint a little bit and don't look at it properly, the referee's stood in the way a bit now, the guy in the front row. If you don't look at it properly and squint a little bit, it looks a little bit like the Jushin Thunder Liger mask. There you go, you can just about see it now, the referee's moved out of the way. I don't know, it looks like a little bit. I just saw it at the corner of my eye and thought, is he wearing a Jushin Thunder Liger mask shirt? And it's not. Kyle O'Reilly now bringing Marty Scurll back up to his feet. Takes him up, butterfly suplex. The guy in the front row really like that one. Is that Charleston? Is it a very, very tiny child? Now Kyle O'Reilly stalking Marty Scurll to make sure he's back up to his feet. Looking for another brainbuster maybe. Takes him up. And there is the brainbuster by Kyle O'Reilly and Marty Scurll. And surely this time that's going to be enough to keep him down. 1, 2, and no! Marty Scurll once again is kicked out. That's impressive. He survived 2 big brainbusters now as Marty Scurll. Has he got enough left in the locker to turn this match round and maybe come out on top? Marty Scurll now locking Kyle O'Reilly's foot into that top turnbuckle. There's a big boot to the gut and then just pushing the foot into the face. Kyle O'Reilly drops back into the ring and now looks like Marty Scurll is lining Kyle O'Reilly up. It's a clothesline, a second clothesline. Catching the leg and tripping Kyle O'Reilly down. What's Marty got planned now? Bringing Kyle O'Reilly back up to his feet once again. Went for the super kick, but Kyle O'Reilly avoided it. Now sending Marty Scurll into the corner. Kyle O'Reilly with the big kicks across the chest of Marty Scurll. Brings him out and slams him down into the middle of the ring hard. Again, O'Reilly bringing Marty Scurll back up to his feet. He's got the leg hooked and the head. And there's almost like a fisherman's driver. And that's enough by Kyle O'Reilly to keep Marty Scurll down. It took a lot to keep Marty Scurll down, don't get me wrong. Marty has really shown how great of a wrestler here he is this evening, but Kyle O'Reilly eventually was just a little bit too much for him. And this was a really good match actually, so thank you very much once again to SDK08 for your suggestion. I think it's worked out really well. We've seen a really good match. We've seen the first appearance here of this Evolve Arena, which I've just downloaded off Community Creations, which is a really good one. I was looking around for some other arenas for our universe mode, sort of things like some UK arenas and things like that, and some NXT arenas for our new pay-per-views. And I come across this one, thought, yeah, I'm going to have to definitely get this one. And it's really a really good one, actually. I quite like it. And, of course, if anyone else has any other suggestions for other random matches, please let me know in the comment section below. I do read them all. I do reply to them all as well. And I will get you noted down in my booklet of things to record. And hopefully get to it as soon as I possibly can. Great victory once again for Kyle O'Reilly in this random match. Well, that is the end of this video. I hope you have all enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then be sure to slap that like button. It does help me out a lot. And of course, subscribe for a lot more WWE 2K16 footage. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.